A very good morning, students. Today in this video we will discuss chapter number 6 of An Alien Handbook, that is your supplementary reader. Yes, and the name of the chapter is I Want Something in a Cage. Now students, this story is a very interesting and very moralful story. Okay? Now in the story what happens is there's one man whose name is Mr. Purcell, okay? And he owns a pet shop. He sold cats and dogs and monkeys. He also sold fish food and bird seeds, okay? Now the birds and other small creatures were closed up in cages. They moved about madly in circles in that shop. They make a lot of noise. But this Mr. Purcell was very much used to that noise as he was comfortable because he was habitual. Means he every day he used to listen these noise, so it's not at all it was a common thing for him. Yes, each morning Mr. Purcell sat on a high stool behind the counter to read the morning paper. As he read, he smiled or frowned. It was a rough day. A fainted wind was blowing. A bell at the door rang whenever a customer entered the shop. That morning, it didn't ring. A stranger entered the shop and stood before the owner. The man wore a cheap, ill fitting suit. His hair was cut short. He ran his eyes around at the cages, means he was looking all around in the shop. He said he wanted something in a cage, a something small creature, a bird. He pointed to a cage which contained two white doves. Purcell demanded the price $5.50. So this man felt very sad. He wanted to have those birds, but he had only $5. Now Mr. Purcell finalized the deal and handed the cage to this customer. The man asked Purcell if he was not disturbed by the noise. So Mr. Purcell, however, didn't hear any noise. But he said that he didn't hear any noise. Why? Because he was very much comfortable. The stranger then told Mr. Purcell that he had earned those $5 after 10 years of hard labor in prison at 50 cents a year. Means he used to get 50 cents in a year. So after 10 years, what he got? He got $5. And those $5 he is paying to buy those doves. Yes? He turned around and walked out of the store. Just outside, what he did? He held the cage high and drew out one of the doves and then the second one. He set them free into the air. Then he dropped the cage and walked away. By seeing all this thing, Mr. Purcell stood perplexed. Perplexed means here he was very shocked. Okay? Because he wondered that why this person have purchased two birds for $5 which he earned in 10 years. Yes, in the prison. And he just gave those monies for the birds and then he made them free into the air. Why so? He wondered why the man had let the birds loose. Anyway, he felt sort of insulted. Why? Because what he thought was that this man is as he is bargaining for the money, but this Mr. Purcell, he was not at all ready to give that man the birds in a less price. Yes? While he was robbing the pets of their freedom, the stranger had spent his total earning on buying and then liberating them. So why? Because this man, as he was living in that prison for 10 years, he knows the actual value of that freedom. That's why what he did, whatever he earned in that 10 years, he gave to that Mr. Purcell and then he purchased two doves and he made them free. Just because he know the actual value of freedom. Yes, students. So this is a very beautiful story and I hope you all have understood. Yes. Thank you, students. Stay blessed.